Hello everyone, it's that Sisi Nurse here again. It's been a minute. How have you all been doing? How are you coping with the rainy season and everything that is going on in your lives? I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm going to talk about a topic has that I've lived through this past months, from beginning of the year till this moment. I'm going to talk about loss, grief, how to deal with it.
My Color TV, life in living color.
Grief and loss is something that everyone is going to deal with at one point in their life. You're going to lose loved ones. You're going to grieve. It's a part of being an adult that we don't talk about often. We don't talk about death. We don't talk about loss. But these are natural processes that happen in life. There's nothing you can do about it. It's going to happen. You're going to lose a parent. You're going to lose a loved one. You're going to lose a spouse. You know, it's going to happen whether you wish for it or not. So the best way to move on is to tell yourself, how do I deal with this when it comes? Since I started practicing as a nurse, I've witnessed loss countless times. I've witnessed people lose their wives. I've witnessed children lose their mothers. I've witnessed people cry every day. And every day I see people broken because of loss. I break with them and I remind myself, one day you're going to lose a parent. One day you're going to have to bury your mother or your father. It was a constant reminder. My job has been a constant reminder of that. And this year I got to lose my mom. She was sick for a while and eventually she was diagnosed with lung cancer. And I cared for her till the day she took her last breath. So I've lived through grief, even from when she was sick. A whole lot went on. I've lived through it. I and my siblings and my dad, and my husband and all of us that we had children. We lived through it and we had to deal with this loss. First-hand experience of dealing with loss. Nothing prepares you for it. But when you watch videos like this from people that have experienced it, you'll be able to deal with it better when you get to lose someone. So I'll start by saying that there are 5 stages of grief, 5 stages of loss. You have denial, you have anger, you have bargaining, you have depression, and then acceptance. Now, these 5 stages, because there are 5 stages, doesn't mean that you're going to deal with them and come out of each stage as the other one passes. Some people go in between. You can get to acceptance and go back to denial, go back to anger. You can get to depression, go back to anger. They are intertwined. But what matters is, how are you able to go through every stage and not get stuck? Because trust me, there are a lot of people that after losing their mom or their dad or a loved one, they get stuck in maybe the anger phase. They become angry for the rest of their lives. Some people get stuck in depression. Some people get stuck in bargaining. They can't get past it. Some people remain in denial until they too pass. They remain in denial for the rest of their lives. So I'm doing this video to give you a first-hand experience on how to deal with loss and grief over a loved one. First of all, first thing you need to know is that everybody is going to die one day. We are all going to leave this earth. We won't live forever. You are going to lose a loved one. Our prayer is that we bury our parents and not our parents, having to deal with losing us as their children. Our prayer is that we at least attain old age before we pass. But perhaps people die young. Life happens. What do? Do you get lost in the emotions? Do you move on? Do you get stuck? In denial, sometimes denial starts even before the person passes, especially if you're caring for a loved one that is sick. Some of these stages can start in the process of the illness, especially when it's a terminal illness and this person may not come out of this thing. I think first of all, you need to accept the fact that this loved one, for example, a parent, is going through this terminal illness and there is a possibility that they may not come out of this. If you can accept that fact, it helps you greatly when the person passes eventually. Because If you remain in denial, I know we are, as a Christian, you have faith, you pray for healing and all that, but a part of you also should be ready for loss, because it's going to happen whether you like it or not. So if you can accept the fact that this is a terminal illness, this person may die, there is a possibility that this person is going to pass. How am I going to deal with the loss? It helps me a lot. How am I going? And I tried as much as I could to prepare my siblings for it, because as a nurse, I withheld a lot of, in-depth information on the diagnosis and all, but I tried as much as possible to prepare them for the loss as much as I could, so that when my mom passed, it didn't hit us as much as it would have. The ones that are more painful is people that die maybe through accidents, ghastly motor accidents or sudden deaths. The person slept and didn't wake up or something like that. Those ones are more painful than when someone goes through a process of illness and eventually passes. So there are different stages to these things. Denial is the first one. Like I said, you're trying to you try to put it at the back of your mind that, okay, this person has passed. It's like a dream. What do I do? I'm dreaming. You move on with your life. People see you and say, oh, she's strong. She's really taking it well. But they don't know that you're actually in denial. You've not come to terms with the fact that you've actually lost this person. So you see some people make comments like, I wish my phone could ring and it would be my mom. Or I wish my phone could ring and it would be my spouse. You know, that's the first stage. And then you go into anger. You become angry. Why did this person have to die? Some people go between anger, denial, they go back to denial, they come back to anger. There is a swinging motion in there. But for people that have experienced loss, you understand what I'm talking about. Why is this happening? And some of us eventually direct our anger to maybe someone that didn't attend the burial, or to the doctor, or to the nurse that cared for her, to anybody around. We direct our anger somewhere else and we become angry for no reason. It is an emotion that you have to allow yourself to feel, but don't dwell on it. After anger, the person starts bargaining. Lord, if you can raise my mom, I'll do this. You start making promises and bargaining, and there's nothing I won't do in exchange for this life. Please do this. That's bargaining. You're trying to bargain with a higher power on the life of the person. After bargaining, then you go into depression. In depression, it's as if the reality is beginning to set in. You're beginning to understand that I'm actually going to live the rest of my life without seeing this person. That's where depression comes in. It's a normal emotion. It's a very, very normal emotion for loss. But dwelling in it is the problem. You don't dwell in a particular stage. So it's like reality begins to set in that I'm actually not going to see this person again. Some people go through all these stages before they bury the loved one. Some people go through them after the burial. Some people, this depression sets in on the day of the burial. They see the coffin lowered and they're like, I'm not going to see this person again for the rest of my life. For acceptance, you've accepted the fact that this person is gone. I have to move on with my life. I have to continue moving. This is probably what this person would want for me. This is probably what my mom would want for me, to be strong, to move on, to carry everybody along. So acceptance is reality has set in. Some people, even at acceptance, they can go a little to anger, a little bit depression, they come back to acceptance again. So how do we not get stuck in these stages is what I want to tell us about today. First of all, allow yourself to feel. Forget the crap of don't cry, don't be strong, stop crying, be strong. Your siblings are depending on you. Everybody is depending on you. Your children are looking up to you. Be strong. See, feel, breathe. If you want to cry, cry. If you want to laugh, laugh. Just allow yourself to feel. When you are angry, be angry. And in allowing yourself to feel, talk about it. Have someone you talk to. It helps me a lot. Have someone you talk to, have someone you vent to. Have friends around you that can just listen. You don't need a solution. You just need someone to listen to you. So have someone you talk to that can listen to you and understand how you feel. Someone that a shoulder to cry on. Allow yourself to feel because trust me, a lot of emotions will come around. A lot of conflicting emotions will come around. But allow yourself to feel and have someone that you can talk to about your emotions. And very importantly, please try not to dwell on the situation surrounding the loss. Consciously block the difficult, situations with pleasant memories. Remember the pleasant memories. Block off anyone that is going to be a problem, that's going to pull you back into the depression or the anger. Dwell more on pleasant memories that you have with the person. Try to talk about the person that you lost often, and talk about the person with pleasant memories, so that you will remove your mind from the painful memories that comes with that person's life. Connect with people that have experienced grief, talk about it, exchange views, exchange how you dealt with these things. It helps a lot. Nobody goes through grief. Is an ongoing process. Dealing with loss is an ongoing process. You can't deal with it enough. There's no time that you come to and say, I've dealt with it, I'm over it, I'm moving on. No. You keep remembering the person. Unless you didn't love the person, you keep remembering the person, you keep reminiscing on beautiful times with the person. But where you have transitioned is where you can talk about that person without breaking down and crying. Then, like I said before, understand that death is a natural process of life. You can't run away from it. You're going to lose someone. You're going to lose something. You're going to grieve over someone someday. So I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any experiences you want to share on grief and how to handle it, please reach out. Drop a comment under this post and follow me on Instagram at that Sisi Nurse. Follow me on Facebook on this page, Nkem Princess Ajifo. And please don't hold any emotions in. If you feel something, say something to someone. If you don't have a close friend you can talk to, look for a therapist around and talk about how you feel. It will help you a lot in dealing with your grief. You are not alone. You are not alone at all. Have a beautiful day. God bless you.